Farmview with Kieran O'Connor on WLR-FM.
Brought to you by Glanbia, pure food from Ireland to the world.
Hello, welcome along to your weekly farming programme. As usual, it's Kieran O'Connor with a packed show, and once again, a very busy farm view for you this week. On this week's programme, we'll discuss new slurry rules for livestock farmers, and also we have an update on silage harvesting in these difficult weather conditions. Plus, we preview next week's big event. Of course, it's the National Quality Farm Rock at Tom Power's National Quality Award-winning farm in West Waterford. Plus, of course, we'll have our farming calendar. Well, on Wednesday next, the Power Farm will open its doors for the Milk Quality Farm Rock. Yes, it's Tom Power, our National Quality Milk Award winner, opening his farm on Wednesday next for an event organised by Teagasc in association with Glanbia Ingredients Ireland, the NDC and Arnua. Well, earlier in the week, I got a chance to talk to Tom on farm along with Finola Malone of Glanbia. First of all, I put it to Tom that when he has a national event like this on his farm, it probably sinks in more than ever that he's the National Quality Award winner.
Yeah, Kieran, I suppose on the day itself, we were a bit overwhelmed. Since then, when people congratulate you and you get the chance to sit back and look back on the whole thing, you realise what a big deal it is, and so we're absolutely honoured to have won it. Yeah.
Yourself and your dad, I mentioned earlier to some of the folk here, you didn't just lick it off the ground. Your mum and your dad, quality was always part and paramount at Ballymallala.
Yeah, I suppose, and it goes back to my grandparents, B and Joe, and my grandparents on the other side of the walls in Colligan. I suppose they always ran a good ship as well. So yeah, you're right. We took it from them, and I suppose our ethos is just on trying to improve everything and maybe pass it on to the next generation in as good a condition as we got it.
On top of what you achieved, of course, the quality, you also have been expanding over the last few years. So expanding your herd and yet keeping that high quality results you had last year, phenomenal achievement. How difficult was that during the expansion period?
Yeah, I suppose when you're growing a herd, it's the most difficult thing is to keep all the parameters under control, like your composition, your fats, your proteins, your milk quality, because you're busy expanding. But we have a good team here. You mentioned my dad, my cousin Shane is with us as well. My mother still has an input, my wife Moya. So without all of them, it wouldn't be possible. So we've huge help.
So a big event next Wednesday, you're opening up your farm. Obviously, from a quality point of view, people will be anxious to see the routine that you have day in, day out, and obviously farmers will have a chance to see and hear the Power routine as such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, sure, I suppose we're probably no different than most. I suppose going back a few years, maybe our results weren't as good as they are now. I suppose the keys for us were to use the information that's available to us. There's huge information available to everybody, be it milk recording figures, your fat or protein results or cell counts that you get from a text message from the co-op. But it's taking those results and using them, and like take for example milk recording, addressing the issues with cows with high cell count, etc. So I suppose the information is there for all of us. It's just to use it properly.
Hectic spring is always, like most farms, you just told me earlier, you have the silage cut, so that's one of the major chores over in the pit.
Well, it's not all in yet. We've 3/4 of it done. We're just lucky, I suppose. You'd have to feel for people who are struggling to get it in, but hopefully the weather will straighten up and people get the chance to get it done.
Well, as I said in the intro, it's a big event Wednesday week. Teagasc, the NDC, Kerrygold, Arnua, all involved, and indeed on behalf of everybody in Glanbia included, I want to thank you for opening up your farm. It's a great opportunity, and I hope we'll have a big turnout, and I'm sure we will, Tom. But once again, thanks for opening up your farm, and look forward to meeting you on the big day.
Thanks very much, Kieran.
Also got a chance to talk to Finola Malone from Glanbia. Finola, what a proud day for Glanbia. You were up last year in Dublin Castle when it was announced, but what a proud day for Glanbia, let alone for the Power family, but for Glanbia to have one of your key suppliers, National Quality Award winner from over 18,000 suppliers.
Yeah, it was super. We were reflecting on it last week because we've just submitted this year's entries on behalf of Glanbia, and good luck to them. But Tom was reflecting that we sat down last year and put together his entry form. So it was a super day when he was announced. We were delighted for him, and it's lovely to have been involved now the last few months in organising the Open Day.
Yeah, the Open Day, as we said, fair play to the Powers, they're opening up. It's going to be a huge day next Wednesday, and from a Glanbia point of view, obviously it showcases the type of quality, high standards that are achieved on the farm and that can be achieved by adhering to certain principles.
Yeah, milk quality has come so far in the last few years, and even particularly since quota's gone. You know, there's been a huge increase in standards everywhere, and that's fantastic to be able to showcase place next week. We're all looking forward to it. We've been working with Teagasc to put together lots of messages around the farm walk so that we can help people see that it's achievable.
So from a Glanbia point of view, what would Glanbia have on shore? Who from Glanbia will be there on the day? I know there's going to be a trade display as well.
Yeah, well, one of the things that we're going to have is a couple of our guys are going to be speaking with some Teagasc advisors on some of the stands about carbon navigation and best practice in wash routines and all the basics that help underpin everybody's milk quality. And then on the day we'll have a barbecue for everybody and some product available and have a bit of fun, and we're delighted to be involved with the powers.
Well, to continue a look ahead to our big farm walk on Wednesday next on the Power Family Farm in Kappa. Earlier this week, I also got a chance to talk to Owen Power of Teagasc. He's the milk advisor at the Power Farm. And first of all, I put it to Owen that it must be a very proud day for him as their advisor to have the national award-winning farm open to the public.
Yes, Kieran, it is. It's a great privilege for the area that that we have a national winner locally, and it's also great for Teagasc as well. So
having this event, of course, Teagasc in association with Glanbia Ingredients Ireland, NDC and Arnua, a huge event for you to host.
Yes, it's going to be classed as a national event on the day, so it's open to every farmer in the country to see how milk quality of this high standard is produced with the powers of Ballymolella.
So the format on the day, obviously from a Teagasc point of view, a lot of messages that will be given out. We spoke to Finola from Glanbia as regards from the quality end, but from a Teagasc end, what will the main messages be and what will the format be?
The format on the day is open to the public at 2 o'clock. We'll have 5 stands or points around the farm where we'll go through different things in relation to the powers. One will be like the first stand is the physical and financial performance of the farm. The second stand will look at farm progression and how the 2 generations, Jim and Tom, and how they get on together and work together. We look at the carbon footprint and the sustainability of the farm, which is a huge part going forward with Borbia and everyone else. And then we look at the somatic cell count, dry cow therapy, TBCs, thermodurics, and more importantly, residues of milk from a marketing point of view and how to maintain those quality.
You mentioned the powers and the record for the last number of years, but on the day you will actually have the physical records, both financial and otherwise, of the farm, which I think is a great opportunity for people to see it firsthand, what can be achieved as regards high quality and high performance on a farm.
Yeah, Kieran, look, Tom and they're very open with their figures, and that makes this type of walk very easy for us to present. We show what figures they use and how they use them. More importantly, everyone has a lot of records that can be got everywhere, right. But it's actually how you use them and how you put them to great use to improve your situation.
And of course there's a family combination there. Tom has taken over the farm, and that's a message really that should echo loud and clear around the area, because in a lot of farms it wouldn't happen as early and as smoothly.
No, it's a great example of how the 2 generations are working together, and it's also the encouragement to let the next generation take over and show their skill.
Owen, if I was to ask you, what really stands out from the Power Farm? What makes them stand out from your point of view, from a Teagasc point of view?
From a Teagasc point of view, is look the attention to detail that the Powers put into every day on the farm. Their records and how to use records, and everyone is milk recording, but you actually sit down and use those records to your benefit. The hygiene techniques is not just the hygiene on the day, it's the preparation work that might go into whether it's drying off cows in the day or 2 beforehand. They have the quality. Look, you just look at their milk for the last year and the last number of years. TBCs 4,000-5,000, cell count way under 100,000, excellent fat and protein. So their overall efficiency on the farm is both physical and financial. Like the cows are producing, they're after scaling from 150 cows maybe 5 or 6 years ago, gone up to 230, 240 cows this year, and they're still maintaining high production, 480 kgs of solids last year produced. So they're excellent farmers.
That's a real standout message, because despite expanding and despite all the upheaval, indeed, the Powers consistently produce this high quality milk. So once again, it's next Wednesday starting at 2 o'clock, and indeed you have 5 stations in total, so I'm sure you'd encourage people get out as soon as possible. And of course there's a lot of trade stands after as well. When the tour finishes, there's trade stands. You have Glanbia, Borbia, Teagasc looking after the health and safety from Kiltalton, the AHI, the NDC, obviously National Dairy Council, and of course a barbecue, and I believe a goodie bag for everybody as well, Owen.
Yeah, a goodie bag for everyone that's leaving by Glanbia, and their product display will be there as well. And there'll be a burger and a bit of a barbecue for everyone when the walk is finished.
Well, as I said in the intro, it's a fantastic achievement to have it here on our doorstep, the National Quality Award winning farm of the Power family of Ballymellada being opened up for everyone on Wednesday next at 2 o'clock. Owen, I know